Hey, how's everybody doing again? It's Robert from Cash's Treasures, and I got another resin video for you again today. So this time we're going to be doing some Garbage Pail Kid resin ornaments kind of thing. So you see I have two different size molds here, a little bit larger one and then the smaller one. So the bigger one kind of gives you, something along the lines of this. And so this is actually a reject. You'll see some of the stuff kind of started coming up out of it. So this is a rejected one, so I just kind of throw it aside. But this is kind of what we're making, but something a little bit slightly different. And what's inside of it is actually I reuse my empty wax packs, or my empty packs. So I cut them up and put them into resin. So for the bigger one, we're actually going to be using a Revenge of Oh the Horrible. And for the smaller one, we're actually going to be using a brand new series pack. So, for the smaller one, I'll kind of show you a little bit of demonstration. It's not too difficult. So I have the size here. It's we're just gonna kind of cut into the pack. See where we kind of want it. Just so it's big enough to kind of fit inside of that circle. And we can do a couple different things with this, if we want to cut around the tie. And so there's that. Get rid of that piece and have this piece right here. So we'll still use this because I'll use that Garbage Pail Kid top for my next video. I'll show you guys Garbage Pail Kid bookmarks. So I'll show you guys that as well. So snip that little piece off, and it's kind of fits inside of there. See, it looks all nice inside of there. So that's basically, what we're doing here. So we'll take this piece, set that aside there. And here is the part that I cut out already for Haggy Maggie. And this one actually is going to fit inside of here. So we'll put that inside of there. So, and I'm going to show you a couple different techniques. One with basically just a clear backing. We'll throw some stuff in there, maybe some glitter, that kind of good stuff. And then I'll show you another one that's going to have a solid backing, which is going to be resin with some coloration in it. This is an alcohol ink that I use to color the resin, some blue. So I'll show you that as well. So, but first, let's prep and get some resin mixed up. So it's basically going to be 2 batches of resin, one with the coloring added, and one I'm going to use as a bulk clear resin for both figures, for both ornaments. So we're actually going to mix a bunch into 2 cups, and then I'm going to have a third cup is where I'm going to pour some of this mix off and then add the blue colorant to it. So we're going to use 3 cups. We're going to take our cup, put it on our scale again, put it on there, let it tear out, and take our resin. So our resin, part A. And we're going to do a decent amount for this because we actually need a decent amount to fill both of these up. So let's see what we have here. We're going to do 20 grams of each. It's 18.4. And that's 19.9, 20. It's a good amount. So we have basically 20 grams of part A. Just going to put the cup on there, tear that out, and then 20 grams of the hardener, which is part B. Pop that open. 20 grams inside here. So we might have to dip some out of the bottle because it doesn't look like we're going to have 20 grams inside of here. Yeah, almost. We might actually get 20 grams out of here. And perfect. We basically just had 20 grams inside of that bottle. So perfect. So what I'm going to do, as you saw in my other video, I'm going to take this, shut this off, get this out of the way, use my craft stick, and we're going to pour one side into the other side and get that all set up. So that's going to go together. Get out as much as you can. This resin is pretty forgiving. So if you have a little bit more of one side over the other, it's not going to be the end of the world. You know, so you don't have to worry so much about getting every single drop out of the cup. But you definitely want to get out as much as you can. So, and give it a nice little scrape around a couple times. Okay. Then, like I said, what I do, put it in there, just gives it a little bit more stabler cup. And then, as you saw in the last one, as you start mixing it, it's going to get cloudy. And then you're going to continue to mix it up for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to pause this, get this mixed up for you guys, and then come back, because definitely nobody wants to see me mixing this up for like 5 minutes. Okay? Okay, and we're back. So we have this mixed up now for 5 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit off. And that's going to be our blue background for our smaller one. So put that over there. We have our little bit inside of here. Let me just dip out a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And so now we're going to take another popsicle stick, and we're going to take our blue alcohol ink, and we're going to give it, let's just see what a drop does, because we don't want to go crazy with it. So let's take a look. And you see that's just a drop in there. And let's mix it up and see what color just a single drop gives us as far as the blue. I think we want it a little bit darker than that. So let's do another drop. Okay, put another drop in there. Let's give it another good mix up. And I think this is a nice good blue. Looks super. So, and then what we'll do, we'll take this, pour this into our mold over here. And we'll take this, kind of give it a nice little swirl. And so that's our first layer for the blue one. And so, just to make sure we get any air bubbles out of it, take our torch, give it a nice little run over a couple times with the torch, get any air bubbles that may be in that one. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to take the other one with the clear backing, which is the bigger one here, and we're going to pour some resin in there. Get a decent amount of resin in there. Let's take a look and pick that up. Give it a nice little swirl around. And because this is an ornament, you're going to see it does have that notch, that hole there. So that's basically the hole that it's putting in there, so that way you can hang it up with a string and you don't have to drill a hole later on into it. So, and now that that looks all nice, we'll give it a nice run or two with the flame. And this, of course, is silicone. So we know silicone is a high temperature rubber. You can use it in baking, so you can definitely get it at super temperature, so you're not going to affect it. I mean, you don't want to leave it over because you can actually burn the resin, but you're not going to do any damage to the actual, you know, the silicone mold itself. And now that we have these two set up, we're going to take this bigger one, and let's take a look and see if we want to put some stuff into this bigger one. Something behind the image, you know, something little. But let's take a look and see what we have in here. Definitely some glitter, if we want to put some glitter in there. I do have some other little beads and different stuff like that. I don't think we want to put any of that stuff in there. So let's see what else we have over here. So we have some Mylar flakes and some larger glitter, which this actually looks pretty decent, but not so sure how I feel about that either. So let's see what's in this last one here. Okay, I think I know what I want to put in there. Let's put some stars in there. So, perfect. We'll do some stars. Put this over here, move that over there, get the star container right there, and grab out tweezers. So this way we can kind of place the stars where we want them, so they're not all clumped together in every which way. But so your little stars here, you can see them in here. So let's take a star, we'll put him in there. Another little star, put over there. Put a star down here. And let's go with a yellow star, since this way it's Haggy Maggie and she's making a potion. So she'll be cooking up her potion with some stars in the background. Yellow star there. If I can get another one out of here, we'll put another yellow one on there. There we go. And let's do a silver one or two. Silver star there. And a silver star up there. So now, along with the stars, what the heck? Let's throw some glitter in there as well. We'll use a green glitter and just give it a few taps directly onto the resin. And there you go. Nice little green glitter background with some stars. And now that we have this, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our image. We're going to take our image and we're going to slowly put our image down into our resin and move it around a little bit with our popsicle stick. Get it down inside of there, nice and good. And now that we have it down in there nice and good, we'll take our resin and we'll pour it up on top. So this way we're encasing this little cutout in the resin. Move it around with the popsicle stick. And there you have. Now that it's in there, you'll see a few air bubbles here and there. We'll hit it with the flame. And now we just got to wait for this one to cure. So now for you guys, it'll be, like I said, a matter of seconds. But for me, it'll actually be like 12 hours. So that one will set up. And then once it's set up, we'll unmold it. Like I said, it'll look something similar to this. So, and let's do the small one. Okay. So we have this little guy, which we're going to be putting in the small one with that blue background. So we're going to drop him down in there. And so there he is. Do the same exact thing. Kind of give him a little poke down inside of there. And he's perfect down in there. So now we're going to take our clear resin and we're going to pour our clear resin over top. And so now that he's down in there, we'll give it a couple hits with the flame. And there you have both of them. Now they're all got to set up. And once they set up, we'll demold them. And then we have in here, we got a little bit of resin left in here. And you remember my dump mold, which is the McDonald's chicken nugget, which I use all of my extra resin, pour it in my dump mold. So this way, at the end, we can pull something cool. These are Nerds candy, encased in resin for a project that I was doing. And let's just add, we'll add a little bit of blue to this. Actually, I'll use the blue that's in here. So This way it'll be really faint blue color where I dump mold. Just mix this up. Nice little blue color. And we'll dump that left over into our mold over here. Perfect. And now with both of these, you may see people using pressure pots and different stuff like that. I do have a pressure pot, and I do use a pressure pot. I use a pressure pot for larger projects. Now, this, if I was making one of these for a specific person, like if I was making that as my project, I would definitely put this in a pressure pot, because that's going to condense down the air bubbles, and so you don't have, you know, the same air bubbles as you see. So you'll see in here, which you can see an air bubble or two, which is, this is unpressurized. But using a pressure pot would press in all those bubbles and cause it to, you know, look a lot better because you don't have those air bubbles in there. So, but for these type of projects where it's a little bit of surface area, you don't really need a, you know, a pressure pot for it. It's not really going to make that much of a difference in it. You know, so you can use your lighter or your heat source to get rid of the little air bubbles that are in it, which is going to work just fine. So, but these are going to set up. For you, it's going to be a split second. For me, it's going to be about 12 hours. So once this sets up, we'll come back, we'll demold them, and we'll take a look at them. Okay, and so now we're back. For you guys, it's only been a matter of seconds, but for me, it's actually been more than 12 hours. It's actually the next day. So these are set up. They could probably cure for a little bit longer, but we can pull them out of the mold right now and take a look at them. So this one I popped out just to make sure everything was cool on it. So you'll see, here we are, a nice resin ornament with a little hole in the top of it. And this, it's got some higher edges on it. So these, I'll take down with a tiny little bit of sandpaper just to get those higher edges off. But now we have a part of a Garbage Pail Kid empty pack, which, you know, most people just throw away. I hoard everything. So I have the pack in there, and you'll see the little stars in the back here on the back side of it. So kind of cool. And you can see the kind of glitter working its way through it. So that's that one. And let's pop this one out. Okay. And this one you saw that we did a little bit of coloration in it. So this one's kind of cool with the coloration in it. So, and there you have it. So 2 ornaments, Garbage Pail Kid ornaments, or whatever. So, and if you like this type of video, definitely give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, add a subscription if you do so feel inclined, and always remember, have fun.